Well, we got an excited locker room in there. You know, I talked to our guys last night just about visualizing that we would win this game, and talked about the celebration we were going to have after the game. Just proud of our kids bouncing back. It's a good football team in that other locker room over there, and our guys went out and executed like we needed to. It comes down to a game of execution. Our coaches did a great job. The players did a great job in all three phases. It was not my intention to mislead you guys as far as the quarterback goes, but I did, what I felt like was the best thing for our football team. My job is to protect our team. My job is to protect our kids and give us the best chance to win, and that's what I did. So it was not to mislead you, but I wanted, to eliminate distractions during the week. Didn't need that. We needed to focus on what we needed to do, and I think we accomplished that. So, questions?
When did you decide to go with Mason, and how do you think he performed today, obviously?
Earlier in the week, and I think he did a heck of a job. We got the ball out, and we moved the sticks. We got 40-minute time possession. I don't know how many 3-and-outs we had, but we moved the ball. We had the ball, our possession. Thought he delivered the ball. He made good decisions. Again, biggest thing is we didn't turn the ball over. And when you don't turn the ball over, you got a chance to win football games. I mean, a week ago we're -5 with 2 special teams mistakes and interceptions. So when you have the ball in your possession, you can get first downs. You move the sticks, you keep the defense off the field, and our offense should be exhausted because they were on the field for 40 minutes. And our defense got a little break because the last 2 weeks they've been in the 90s. I don't know how many plays we won today. I didn't look at it, but I'm just happy for our kids. I'm happy for our program. Hail to Pitt and hail to our heroes.
Pat, obviously you recruited Mason for a reason, but what we just saw out there today, have you and your staff been seeing this throughout the summer, throughout the first couple weeks of the season in practice?
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like I said, we've got confidence. I told you guys back in August and late August and so forth that we've got confidence in all 3 of our quarterbacks. We've got great confidence in Eli. I love him to death. He's like a son, like they all are. And I got confidence in Cole as well. We got confidence, but with Mason, again, week by week, you just saw improvement, limited reps, but you saw him getting the ball in his hand and knowing where to go with it. He prepared his tail off. I think he was in the office at 8 o'clock on Monday, and I think he was there until 6:30. I don't know if he went to any classes, but he knew what he was doing out there, and he was prepared, and appreciate that.
How did you make the decision to go with Mason over Coleman, their strength, depth chart?
Just coach's decision. Just look at what gives us the best chance to win.
How do you think the offensive line did today, especially with Kendall Stanley coming in at left guard a little bit later on?
Yeah, I think they did well. First start for Coretta, played the whole game. I thought they did a nice job. We were able to run the ball effectively. I'm sure we were about 50-50 run pass, which is what we were just about a week ago. At least we were in the 50s. We moved the sticks and we put ourselves in good, down and distance. We didn't get behind the sticks except for first down at 35 after a celebration. It wasn't a celebration, and that drives me nuts. They let kids celebrate all the time, and then what is overly celebrating, hand the ball to the officials is my old school method. And but besides that, we were ahead of the sticks, and it makes it easy to call plays and to execute even better.
You said on Thursday that if you held Lonergan to under 250 yards passing, you'd be happy. I think he only had 89 today. What did you like from your pass defense?
They did a nice job. They changed some things up too, so our kids did a great job. Bates and the defense staff did an incredible job. They had about 200 yards. Most of them in mop-up duties against our third group there in the back end. Overall, I think they did an incredible job. Corey Sanders, Archie Collins, Ryan Van Lack did a great job, game planning and putting our kids in position to be successful and eliminate Lonergan taking advantage of us.
Rasheed Miles and Shadarian Harrison each got interceptions today. How big were those, and how big was it that you guys were able to capitalize on those interceptions too?
Yeah, it's playing complementary football. There's times when we got turnovers and we didn't execute, and we didn't take advantage of it. We can go back and I can trudge through it all. But that was the most impressive thing, is getting a short field, which we've had short fields early in the season, and we didn't take advantage of it. Whether you kick a field goal or get no points, and it was huge today. 2 fumbles, 2 interceptions. I think you're +4, and you go in a lot of football games when you're in the pluses as far as turnover margin goes.
How did
Coach
he compare to
Cubs came into this game averaging 37.5 points per game. Your defense helped them to 7. How were you so effective with minimizing the scoring?
I think again it comes down to execution. We can talk about the good calls. I always say this, coaches, our job is to make the calls and put you in position to make plays, and then players go make it. I didn't make a tackle today, I didn't get an interception, I didn't block anybody, I didn't catch or throw the ball. But our players make plays. And again, we focus all week. We talked about pounding the rock and just continue to pound it. It's going to eventually break. And our kids, got the message. And again, I'm just proud of our kids. Lessons from the last couple weeks paid off today.
Pat, pretty-
passes for Mason. You put the ball in his hands a lot. I mean, did you go into this game knowing you could do that with him, or did he show you something?
Absolutely. I mean, you can't ever go into a game thinking you're just going to run it and, oh gosh, no. I mean, we wouldn't have put him in there at that spot as a starting quarterback. We didn't think he could throw 41 times and complete whatever he completed. I mean, we knew what we were doing. A great job by Coach Bell and the offense staff.
Could you talk about your first of the fourth down play at the first quarter? I believe you guys went for it, the confidence and the offense and Mason himself.
Yeah, I mean, we're playing the odds, and I think we're 3 for 3 on fourth down. It comes down to execution. Our guys making plays. I mean, it's what we do, and that's what I'm happy about. I mean, third down conversion, we were 1 of 10 a week ago, at least on third down, and we're over 50% today. And again, 100% on third down, regardless of what the distance was. Again, it's execution. We can sit here and say I did a great job shooting. Our kids made all the plays. I didn't do anything.
What can you say about Mason's, just his efficiency? I mean, you guys scored on almost every drive that he was in, and perfect on fourth down conversions, and just better on third down conversions. So just his efficiency.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of what we saw. He's efficient, and even during camp, he didn't have reps with the ones. He wasn't playing with his number one wideout, so he's got a lot of trust in the receivers, and he put the ball where it needed to be. He was very accurate in his passes, and give our opportunity, give our guys opportunities to make plays after they catch it.
So how did Mason compare to past quarterbacks you've had through the years?
It's a great question. I reflected during the week and just, going into making this decision. And, last time we went with the starting freshman quarterback was last game of the season when we beat number 2 Miami. It was Kenny Pickett. I think he's got that kind of ability. Again, one game doesn't define you. So he's got a lot of work to do. We got a big game this week against Florida State down in Tallahassee. It's stacking those wins and stacking, the execution. So, that kind of, that's what it was. And again, we weaned Kenny into it. Shoot, I remember going down to Virginia Tech and putting Kenny in the fourth quarter, and mounted a comeback, and we just little by little did it. Mason he works at it. He's a worker, and he was prepared. And he is prepared, for that start today.
Pat, after West Virginia, after Louisville, you had told us that despite the losses, you felt like the goals of this team were still in front of you guys. Just after winning like this, it's one game, it's 1 week, but just how reinvigorating does it feel just getting a win like this in this fashion?
I think it's just great for our locker room. Again, last two games prior to today, they didn't beat us, we beat ourselves. Today, we beat them. It was clearly a win. And again, it came down to execution. Our guys executed. I can't say anything wrong. We've been talking about focus and effort and execution, and our guys executed today. We gave those games away, and that's what's disappointing. Can't look back. We're looking forward to Florida State.
Jim has the last one.
I asked you on Thursday about Kenny Johnson. What can you say about just that? It kind of seemed like there was a pretty good rapport there with Mason and Kenny. Was there a concerted effort to get him the ball, or they just kind of have something there?
No, it's just the same as last week, same as the week before. We were able to give him the ball. It looks like 11 targets and 9 catches for 115 yards. And at TV, I told him he's going to have over 100 yards. But just getting Kenny's a playmaker. He's one of our best wideouts, if not best. And and again, it has nothing to do with like, oh, I like that guy, I want to throw it to him, or I like that guy. It's about getting them the ball when they're supposed to get the ball. We don't play any favorites. It's just Kenny made some great plays. But she had one more across the middle, one of those low throws again that we had to continue to work on. But he had a heck of a game.
Thanks, Coach.